Yo, what's up guys? My name is Alvin Carl, and today I'm going to teach you about the basic principles of graphics and layout with a bonus of infographics. So let's start. Basic principles of graphics and layout. So creating a web is like creating a work of art. There are certain things that you need to consider in your web to send the message across to the viewer. So first off is what we call balance. So balance is the weight of the object or texture, colors, and space evenly distributed on the screen. So let's take for example Google. So as you can see, Google is a very simple and yet is also one of the famous website for being the best search engine in the web. As you can see, the website of Google has evenly distributed its elements on each side, as you can see from the right and from the left. So as you can see, there's nothing that will disturb you when looking in this website. Although it has a wide yet simple, it has an impact on the audience or the viewer. So this is one of the best examples of the balance in the graphic and layout principle. So next we'll be talking about is emphasis. So what is emphasis? So an area in design that may appear different in size, texture, shape, or color to attract viewers. So you can see, we'll see again in Google. As you can see, Google, even though it has a white background, it still attracts the viewer. So what does it attract? It attracts on their logo. So their logo differs. So it differs in color and it's also in shape. So as you can see, your eyes will be directed to their logo. So that is a best thing, or that is one best example of using emphasis on your layout. So next is movement. So a movement is a visual element that guides the the viewer's eye around the screen. So just by looking at it, so I'll give you an example so you understand more. So when you see movement, it is mostly used by photographers or even graphic designers. So I'll give you an example about what we call movement. So even though this is a different kind of subject, it still applies on making a web or a graphics on your own. So let's take for example this picture. So as you see, it's a graphic or it's a cartoon. So what is the first thing that you notice? Isn't it the face? So as you can see, the face is highly saturated, so it still implies what we call the emphasis. So it simply emphasizes the face by using high saturated colors. So next thing is that as you see this face, you didn't even notice where is the movement. So I'll give you a hint. What is the movement? It's the vine. So not the Vine video, but the vine in this picture. So as we take a look, it's the vine. As you can see, the vine guides your eyes into the subject. Even if you're looking down, your eyes will still guide you down to the face of the cartoon or the cartoon girl, or what you say, the graphic that was created. So either way, that is one of the examples of movement. So if you want another example, this is another example. As you can see, this is just like a graphic design of a metro or a steampunk community in most science fiction. So as you can see, this picture, a man jumping. So why you can say that you see a man jumping? Because it is emphasized that that is the subject. So that's what the author or the creator wants you to see. So you see, you will first think, so it's using emphasize, but it's also using movement. So it is naturally made by different kind of principles, but I'm just teaching you the basics. So as you can see, there's the light pointing towards the shadow of a man jumping across. So still using the movement or the movement principle in graphics designing. So next I'll teach you about patterns. So patterns. So the best example is, let's just search it in Google. Let's call Google our uncle because we always ask it about anything we don't even know. So let's take this. So okay, it's come up. So as you can see, there are lots of different patterns. So let me give you the definition of pattern. Pattern is repeating visual element on an image or layout to create unity in the layout or image. Achieved when a visual element creates a sense of organized movement. So it doesn't mean pattern, it has to be very, very disorganized. It means that it must be organized in order for the viewer to see it pleasantly. So let's take for example this one. So one of the best examples of pattern is cube. So most designers would use cube or any symmetrical object to make it a pattern. So because it is naturally for the guys who have OCDs, or what we call people who find pleasure on things that is arranged. So you can see this cube. So next is what calls this one a symmetric version. So it's using different kinds of shape, but still using what we call pattern. And although this one is like an abstract one, it's still using pattern. As you can see, it's using polygons or triangles. So does it mean pattern is only one shape? It can be many. So next off is what we call proportion. So what is proportion? Visual element creates a sense of unity where they relate well with one another. So let's take for example the CNN website. So why CNN? Because CNN doesn't have many advertisements on their website, because they morely prioritize on their news. So next off is what we call variety. So what is variety? Variety uses several design elements to draw viewers' attention. So I know what you're thinking, and although I don't know what is your occupation, but most beginner designer would say that a lot of design is too annoying to the eye. Yes, you're correct, but there are also exceptions. So sometimes 100 of designs can be used to its advantages to attract the viewers' eyes. So let's take for example the Bing website. So Bing website, as you can see, it has a very colorful background, yet it's not very annoying. Am I right? So as you see, the Bing website uses different backgrounds on their different kinds of pictures or backgrounds on their website. Although you may say that which one to look at, but at the first moment you look, you'll see is the, as you can see, is the background. It's very nice, so that attracts the viewer. But the next thing you'll notice, it's their search button. Just like Google, they're using emphasis on what to look at, so that the viewers can see what they're looking at directly. So they will say, oh, this is a Bing website, oh, this is a Google website, oh, this is a Facebook website, just like that. So that's all for the basic principles of graphics and layout. So now we're done with the basic principles. We will now discuss about infographics. So what is an infographic? Infographics or information graphics are used to present information in a graphical manner, usually done in a creative way to attract the viewer. It makes complex data become more visually appealing and less complicated to look at. So most people are lazy. I know that because you may be lazy too. So infographics helps you read or analyze a subject to look at without being lazy. So let's take for example reading a book. When you read a book, you'll directly say, this is boring. Am I right? You'll just directly say, this is boring, I'll close it. But using infographics, the viewers will be attracted on what is inside because of its graphics, because most people like pictures. Admit it, you like it too. So enough about that. So I will now teach you how to make a infographics using a free website called pictochart.com. So don't worry guys, it's free. So let's go on to the next website. So here we are on the website of Pictochart. So it says here, easy to use infographic maker. So let's get started. So first of all, there's several things that you can use. Either you can start for free or you can use the sign up above. So I'm just going to click the easiest way, start for free. Alright, we're in. So there are several ways you can sign up or log in, either with Facebook or Google, but in this case I'll use Google. So okay, I'm just gonna log in my credentials. So alright, we're set to go. So I'm just going to allow these several things so I can go. Okay, okay, I'm here. I'm here now, and I'm going to start. Create your account. Oh, first you need to create your account, not the email, but your name. So here, I'm just going to. So don't worry if you don't know all the things. There's a reminder on each page. So no need to worry. You just have to read. So I'm going to pick what organizations I am a part of. So I'm just going to use personal uses only. So it's loading. And occupation, I'm just going to write a student because I'm still a student after all. So okay, click submit, and we're done. And let's start creating. First of all, they're going to ask you what are you going to make. So it's either an infographic, just like I said, a presentation, a poster, or a report. But in this case, I'm just going to use a report. So don't worry, even though it's not infographic, it's still all infographics after all. It's just that it is not on the same category. So let's pick a template. As you can see, I'm just picking here. See a nice and simple template. So alright, we're here. So there are several things that you can create with Pictochart. So there are several tools to help you make the perfect infographic that you want. So as you can see on the left side, you'll see your name, just like what I've written on my name, my first name. So next is file. So you can save the file you're making, or you can create a new or download as image, or troubleshooting if you have any problems. And there's the restore data, and there's also several things. So level up. So what is level up? So it is also meaning that you can go to premium version, or where the part you can pay, so you can be a premium user. So all the restricted tools that only a premium user you can use it. But don't worry, you can still use infographics, or you can still use Pictochart to create your own infographics for free. So as you can see, you can drag this, or you can edit a graph. So to edit the graph, just like in the Microsoft style, it is using what we call an Excel. So just like an Excel, you can create that. So I'm just going to cancel that. So next is shapes and lines. So in the graphics part, you can place your own shapes and line, icons. As you can see, icons and photos. So there are a lot of photos you can choose on. And photo frame. So photo frame is like just what I've said. It's a photo frame designed to your picture you're going to put. So you're just going to drag it. So next is upload an image. So if the image that you want is personalized or not in the website, you can directly upload it. So let's take for example. So see, I'm going to find a picture. So I'm going to drag this one. So either you can drag this one or select it, or going through the folder settings. So as you can see I have uploaded it, and it's on the website. So just like that, easy to make, easy to upload. So next is background. So if you don't like the background, there are several things you can do. It's either you will use a color or use another type of color. Keep in mind that the tab you're selected is only the thing that will change. So I'm just going to undo that one. See, you can undo, by the way, by right clicking or redo. So there are several things that you can do by just right clicking. Not So you can also choose a graphic of your own if you want to. See, just like that, just by clicking you can knock on. Oh, also you can also undo on the upper center, which is the logo for the undo button or redo. So I'm just going to right click because I'm an idiot. So next is the text. So whatever text you want, you can just directly put it. So you want a title, a subtitle, or you want a text frame. So a text frame is just a simple logo that you can change the text inside. Not the graphics, not the total graphics. So let's say we have title. So title, I'm just going to write here lol ph. So I'm addicted to this shit. So as you can see, I can just drag it there. See, so it's easy. So there are, just like the Microsoft Word, there are also some tools that you want if you want to customize your text. So I'm just going to undo that one. So if you're selected on a template, you can also if you want a text frame, so just like this, you can just rename it into a different, to only the word. So pro wrestler, although it is not a wrestler, it is a swimmer, but either way, that's my point, is you can edit it. So let me just undo that one. And to see, there's also tips in helping you when creating a picto chart, especially if you're a beginner. So next is tools. So in tools you can upload maps, charts, or videos. So I'm just going to select charts. So as you can see, this is one of example that I just clicked before this. So you see there are lines, or there are a ton of different more kinds of graphs, charts I mean, that you can create. So next is import. So you can import things, although it's still on the survey monkeys and beta, you can still use it. So next, if you have a template, you can just edit it by double clicking it. As you can see by here, I just double click it and I just write my own text that I want. We love to eat. So just like that, you can just edit it by double clicking it. So don't get confused in using PictoChart, because it's very easy to use. It's user friendly and it's free. So that will be all for the basic how to PictoChart, but there are several more things that you can explore, so don't worry. So as you can see, there are hundreds of tools that you can use. So the only thing that is needed is for you to explore it on your own. So that will be all. So this is Alpha and Carl signing out. Thank you for watching, guys.